Hello everybody, I'm Matthew and we are the Scoops. So it is hot. Not quite as hot as it's going to be, but it's getting there. So I believe today hit 105, and every day this week is just going to be hotter than the next until Saturday, which they are projecting to be somewhere between 115 and 116. It's hot. So this is going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting week to see how well the plants do back here, along with my ability to keep them watered. Luckily, I still have the shade up here, and it's been holding pretty well so far, so I'll keep an eye on that, make sure that doesn't come apart on me. I think one of the biggest challenges is going to be resisting overwatering. For example, my tomato plants here, I'll show them to you here real quick. They actually are looking better now than they did. They started getting really yellow, and so I did some reading, and what I found was number one cause, overwatering. Number two cause was actually not enough nutrition. So I actually put in some bone meal as well. I know tomato plants like calcium. The particular bone meal that we picked up was like 15% calcium, so I figured they'd like it. I didn't put a ton in there, but I put a little bit in there. So let me show you the plants here. So as you can see, there's a good amount of it that is yellow. Some of that actually did die off. I'm probably going to have to prune that off here soon. But it looks a lot better than it did. And all I did was I skipped watering for about a day and a half. And then when I did water, the next one was just a little bit. The idea, of course, just to wet it enough to get the bone meal to kind of soak down into the soil a bit, not so much actually watering them. And then after that, just kind of kept a close eye on it. If the soil seemed like it was kind of getting a little too dry, or if the plant was really starting to kind of droop a bit, I'd add some more water to it. So I've been kind of trying to find this balance to where I'm not overwatering, but I'm not underwatering too. And the tomato plant so far has been the most challenging as far as that goes. Now the rest of the plants, for the most part, I've been watering every day. We water them in the morning, which seems to be having the best effect. I think a lot of that has to deal with the plants having water early before it even gets hot. And it seems to kind of help protect them from the heat. So my cucumber plants, even though they don't look great, they're doing actually quite a bit better since I did put up the shade. The one on the end here is probably having the most issues, but it's also been producing the most fruit. So let's take a look at those. Now the second one at the end here, while it's not been producing the most fruit yet, it has the most on it at the moment, and also has the most new growth. So I'm a little more optimistic on this one, but the one down here, that first one, still doing well in the sense that it's been producing a lot of cucumbers. Now these are just the small little pickling cucumbers. They're not actually slicers. that'll be, the next time. But yeah, ever since we provided them with a little bit of shade, yes, it's getting some late afternoon sun right now. That's just how these are set up at the moment. But they are doing better. And then, of course, I put the diatomaceous earth on them. And, of course, that helped with the pest issue. My watermelon starts here. I don't even know if I can call them starts anymore. They're full-on plants. I'm going to have to get them on trellis really soon. Unfortunately, I don't have any T-posts at the moment. I do have rebar, so I may end up just trying to kind of rig that together or something. I'm not sure what to do with that just yet. These things they're just exploding out of the containers. Here's the first one. As you can see, it's just growing right over. And this other one here is doing the same. So this first one I showed you is the Crimson Sweet. And the second one over here is the Sugar Baby, which I've actually already, it was actually starting to sprawl across the ground. And so I actually picked it up and put it back into its container. Mind you, these are 30-gallon grow bags. Let's take a look. I mentioned it before that the melons seem to be doing the best regarding heat, so I hope that stays true, and that throughout the summer they will continue to produce for me here, because even my cantaloupe, my second cantaloupe plant over here, it's already flowering, it's slowly crawling up. I probably got to do a little more maneuvering, kind of got to put some of the arms up there so they grab a hold. Let's take a look at this one. So I am quite happy with that. I'm actually really thrilled. So, and then of course my beans are doing well. Now my peppers. So, got the little bell peppers over here, the ones that are right next to the candy cane sweet peppers. And it's been producing peppers, and it's still flowering. The problem I've been having is blossom end rot. And basically all that is so you have your fruit that forms, and so you'll have your flower, fruit forms behind it, the flower kind of shrivels up, kind of dies off, and at that point where the flower grows, it rots, and that's why they call it blossom end rot. And I know on tomatoes that happens because of nutrient deficiencies. So I went ahead and fed the pepper plants. I put a little bit of bone meal in there. Basically, it's a combination of bone meal, blood meal, and worm castings. No real exact measurements. I probably should get a little bit more scientific with that, but I haven't. So we'll see. I mean, the plant itself looks great. Same with my other pepper plant, the one that was over here in the orange containers. It's been doing great, especially since I put in a bigger container, put it under some shade, gave it early morning watering. It's been doing really well. I'm quite happy. Now, I've not had the issue of any kind of rot or anything with my red hot chili peppers. And it's getting pretty loaded here. Let me show you these real quick. So I can't wait to give those a try once they finally mature. My serrano pepper plants, of course, are looking really good. Here's the serranos. Serranos are just another type of chili, like a green chili, but they're kind of a bigger pepper, and I believe milder. I've actually not had one, but they look and smelled amazing, so I wanted to grow some. So that's kind of really the big update here. I think I don't know if it's because of heat, my onion plants have started to fall over, which is generally a sign that they're ready for harvest. Now, only a couple of them have it, the bigger ones. So I'll show you those. My onion turnout hasn't been too great. I got started late on them. When I did order them, I ordered them from Dixondale Farms. And I mean, they showed up, they were great. I'll order from them again, most likely. But I waited, I think, a little too long to get them in. I definitely waited too long to get them in the ground in my second bag. There's hardly anything in it. I think I kept them in the boxes too long. So, but here's the ones that are doing well. And of course, I have been harvesting some of the greens off of them. That's why some of them look a little clipped down. It got some browning on them. It happens every time I clip them. I don't know if it's supposed to do that or not, but the onions themselves have tasted just fine. As a matter of fact, I'm probably going to clip a few for dinner this evening. So as far as the one that didn't do anything, that's just this one down here. And I mean, there's just nothing in it, so it's unfortunate, but I will give those a try again this fall, along with garlic. I'll probably do one full thing of onion and one full thing of garlic, because I want to do some garlic. So that's kind of the update here. Basically just waiting to see what I'm going to have to do with watering and how the plants are going to handle this week. Again, I do plan on uploading more frequently. Same with my social media pages. Plan on doing more updates on those in the upcoming weeks. I think I've been kind of holding myself back a little bit on that. I've been busy, there's no doubt about that. But I have been kind of, I think, setting some unrealistic goals. I want to explore that a little bit more, and whatever I come up with, well, we'll discuss it at that time. So in the meantime, that really does it for me. It's getting a little late, so I'm going to go ahead, get inside where it's nice and cool. You can probably hear the AC running right now, and finish dinner. So if you haven't already, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. The subscribe button helps us out immensely. To those of you who already have, thank you very much. If you're interested in knowing when I release a new video, hit that notification bell as well. Otherwise, that's going to do it for us, and we'll see you on the next one.